Hello, this is my solo journey to share what I look like when I wake up in the morning and putting my makeup on. I have been using Mary Kay products since I was less than 20 years old. We now have about 5 different skincare lines, and I can recommend which one is right for you. I would say most people, a good starting place is the Time Wise. I am using our more advanced formula, which is the Time-Wise Repair, because it gives you the maximum benefits. And pretty much starting around 50 years old, that would be the one I would recommend for you. It's kind of like the top of the line, the most advanced that we have. So I have already cleansed with the Time-Wise Repair Cleanser, and I am using some extras, some add-ons, you might say, and they are boosters. This is our clinical repair. And last night I had used the retinol with the clinical solutions. These are boosters for the clinical solutions, and I use these twice a day. We have several different ones. These are the ones that work for me. Now, this one is the Hydrate, and I just put a drop in my hand, as you can see, and apply it all over and wait for it to dry. And this is right after I've cleansed. Now, understand, if you're younger, you may not need all of these things. I'm just showing you all my secrets, because I've had lots of people ask me, okay, why does your skin look so good? What do you use? And so I feel like, what the heck, I'm going to share this. So we'll give that a minute or two to dry. And the second one is the Clinical Solutions line reducer. And I do have a few places that I like to apply that. And so that they don't get mixed up, I put it in the other hand, once again, just a drop or two. This lasts, I'd say, probably a couple months, both of these. And I'm just putting it in where I feel like I need it. Now, the clinical solutions are relatively new. They were not there when I started using Mary Kay products. They also were way not there when I became a Mary Kay consultant 37 years ago. So I have been with the company more than half the time that it's been in existence. And I am just really proud of the direction that it's taken and all of the things that it has given me. So I am pretty excited to share with you today. Now, I'm just waiting a minute for this to dry. And while it's drying, I'm going to tell you about the next part. Now, this is part of the Time-Wise Repair, which I told you is the skincare that I use. So if you had just done your cleanser, which obviously I'm not going to do in my office because I don't have running water, this would be the first thing that you would put on if you were not using the boosters that I use. Now, this is a really fantastic product. This does so much. I am just thrilled. It comes in a pump bottle where you get a metered dose. And on the side here, it also has something to tell you how much is left in it so that you're not wondering if you can still get some out. And it also has a twist cap for when you travel, so it doesn't accidentally waste any of this precious serum. And I like to put about 5 dots and spread it all over my face. You always want to go up and out when you're applying these things. Now, I don't know if everybody does this, but I like to put on my eyeliner before I put on my eye cream. So I am going to do that. I don't know if the camera is going to catch this or not. And I did forget to bring in Q-tips to my office. So it's not going to be perfect, but you'll get to see what I do. Now, This is the next part of the time-wise repair. It is the eye renewal cream, and I use this twice a day. And what I love about it is it has this special applicator that's very soothing. It's made out of metal, as you can see here, and it works to soothe, but without tugging and pulling under your eye. So I'm going to apply this. And it just feels so good going on. It's fantastic. I couldn't live without this. I was away once, and my little travel kit has a smaller version of this, which you can actually purchase the smaller version of the Time-Wise Repair if you've never tried it before and you want to. It's probably less, it's about 2 weeks, I would guess, maybe 3 weeks. And it was completely out. And thankfully, it was the day we were coming home. But the whole way home, my eyes were just like, oh, I missed that because it keeps your eyes hydrated all day long. I use it twice a day. So now we're ready for the next step, which is the Time-Wise Repair Day Cream. Now we have 2 different moisturizers with the Time-Wise Repair. There's one for evening and there's one for morning because your skin has different functions morning and evening. This also has the a little bit of retinol and the SPF 30 in it. So this protects your skin, which is the 5th part of a good skincare. And it has a little applicator here that you just press down, and it gives you a metered dose of what you need to apply. And I apply all my products in 5 dots. That gives you the most even application. So we're gonna, it feels wonderful going on, and every day of the year I use this in the morning. It doesn't matter if it's sunny out, if I'm going to be in the house all day. It's just part of a good skincare program. And I've had a good skincare program since the very beginning when I started using Mary Kay products. Like I said, I was less than 20 years old when I started using it. So I am going to let that dry for a minute, and I will tell you what's coming up next because we're now done with the skincare part. This is called an under eye corrector. We also have concealers. Concealers are a little bit runnier, and I don't feel like I have a lot to conceal, but I do like to lighten this area a little bit. So it comes with an applicator like this, and I just put like 1 dot there on each eye, and then I use my ring finger to spread it. And then I use my applicator to get in close to the eyeliner. And if I had my Q-tip, this would be when I would remove any excess eyeliner, but it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect for you to see what I'm doing. Okay. So this is my under eye corrector that I put on before I put on my foundation. Now my foundation is here. Okay, I use the Time-Wise Luminous foundation. We have a matte and a luminous. If you're oily or young, you're probably going to want the matte. But most of the time in the winter, I would say most of my customers use this luminous. And what I do is I put a little bit on my brush, as you can see. And this is also protecting my skin. I don't have a lot to cover up. It's more of a protection and to even out my complexion. So I always do the 5 dots no matter what I'm applying. And in this case, you want to go down. Okay. Now, since this is my solo journey in sharing my makeup, I have to tell you I forgot my powder. But typically, I would put my powder over this. So let's see what I have here. I have what used to be a bronzer that we don't sell anymore. So I will kind of use that as the powder. Our powder, the one that I use, is One Color Fits Everyone. And it is fantastic. It's lightweight and it just sort of takes away that shine. And with this being on camera, I feel like it needs the powder. So the next thing that I do is this is our Time Wise Age Fighting Lip Primer. And what this does is provides a base for your lipstick. And I like to put it on and leave it dry for a minute. It fills in the cracks and gives you a nice smooth application. So while that is drying, I am going to give me some eyebrows. As you get older and your hair gets lighter, my eyebrows, there's a lot of white hair in them. So my first step is to cover up the white with some of the eyebrow pencil, which is what I'm doing now. And I'm going to be using another product on my brows too. This is just the first step. And I always like to do this when my lip primer is on. So that's a little better. I wouldn't consider that done, but I have another step that I'll be able to do. So after I've done that, I use my lip primer. I mean, my lip liner. And this color that I'm using is medium nude. And an easy way to do it, my hands are slippery from the moisturizer. Okay, an easy way to do it is start on the top and make a V. Or an X, you could call it. And then you make a baseline on the bottom. And the reason why I wait a minute for this to dry is because it's real slippery when it's wet and it's harder to do your liner. And then you just take little strokes and go down to the corners. And I like to also fill in. And up to the corners. Okay, now that is my liner. I am going to wait to do my lipstick because for some reason I like to do it last. I will put my eyeshadows on now. Now, there's lots of different techniques for doing your eyeshadow. And what I like to do is use 3 colors. And I'm going to start with the lightest and apply it all over. And you can mix up any 3 colors as long as you do light, medium, and dark. And this is light. And it's just kind of giving me a light background or base. Now the next color is going to be my medium color. And because my eyes are getting a little bit more hooded than they used to be, I like to use a color right in the middle here. Not real close to the inner corner, but enough to give it some dimension. And I'm kind of just making a circle, if you can see where that is. And then I finish it off with the darker color, which today I'm going to be using a brown. And this is where you do the V in the outer corner and blend it in and up. And then I like to use my larger brush to blend it all over. Okay, now back to the eyebrows. This is the most crucial thing. It's the volumizing brow tint. And this kind of finishes it off. And I always wait until I put my shadow on in order to really be able to see it better. But it has like a mascara wand, and it makes it look like you just had some microblading done. You just do little strokes. It does way more than what you could do with just a pencil. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is finish off my lips. And this color is going to I don't think with the lighting you can really see what color it is or how it works, but I always finish with a little gloss. And then of course my hair is not going to look as good until I brush it, but this is the finished product, and it's just as easy for you to do it too. Now, my website is marykay.com/Nancy Sutherland, Sutherland, and you can order there, or you can also go to my Facebook page and see some different ideas and learn about a lot of different products, which is facebook.com/Sutherland Biz, BIZ. And be sure and take that business page, if you're not already following it, and follow it, because I post at least 2 to 3 times a week. And that way you'll always know when something's new. So I hope you enjoyed my solo journey sharing my makeup with you. And excuse the office in the background. This isn't usually where I put my makeup on, but I can show you how to do this yourself as well. So have a great day.